Now, if I scroll down here to wholesale, these are some pictures of properties that we have wholesaled in the past. And the reason I'm showing you this is because I want you to have it in your brain, and I want to make it crystal clear the types of conditions that we're typically wholesaling. So if you can see here, I'm going to scroll down, take a look at the condition of the properties here that I'm showing you. Okay. They need a lot of work. They need a massive clean out. With the property looking like this, right, it's not going to qualify, right? If it needs maybe a new roof or a couple fixtures, we can get certain stuff done. But this right here, right, these conditions here won't fly, and you're not going to be able to novate. So you want to stay at your wholesale max allowable offer and go ahead and assign that to a cash buyer. So here you can see these are pictures of your typical wholesale deal. And now we're going to scroll down over here, and I'm just going to show you what your typical novation deal is going to look like. A JV partner actually submitted this over to me. So another wholesaler went ahead to www.jv4real.com and they sent over this lead, and we were able to make a $60K assignment fee. It was a probate. The seller just wanted to get rid of it. So take a look here. As you can see, it's not fully renovated, but it is in really good condition. I would even say it's rent ready. As you can see, look at the kitchen here, look at the bathroom. It's nice and clean and in great shape. The cabinets are outdated and the appliances are a little bit old and they have their age and wear and tear. This is your typical wholesale deal, It needs a lot of work, a full rehab, and you're going to go ahead and sell it to a fix and flipper who's going to fix the property up and put a lot of money into it and make a profit. You do need to be implementing novations. That way you can get more deals locked up and actually sold to a retail buyer. A cash buyer was at most going to pay $10,000 more than we had on our contract. So our cash buyer was only going to pay like 10 grand as an assignment fee. But our retail buyer was willing to pay way more because they're not looking to make a profit. They're going to buy the house with a bank loan. So that's exactly what we did. We got it locked up and we went ahead and sold it to a retail buyer, and we walked away with a $60,000 profit. So now that I've showed you these two pictures, so I can really drill in your head the key differences between doing a wholesale deal and a novation. That way it helps you when it comes to underwriting, these types of deals. The next thing that I'm going to do here is I'm going to scroll up here to show you another novation deal that we actually did. Receipts right here. So I do have a picture of my Chase bank account showing the incoming wire. I even, screenshot it here. As you can see, of course, I blurred out my address and stuff like that. But you can see $14,000. Now, I did have a JV partner on this deal, so we split the profit evenly, 50-50, and that's why I walked away with $14,000. So we're going to scroll over here to show you exactly what I did for this property. So the first thing we did is we did what's known as the discovery phase. So let me just zoom out just a pinch. So this is the discovery phase, which is when you're gathering all that crucial information from the property owner. Gather the beds, the baths, the square footage, does he have a garage, carport, and you're also going to be gathering the 4 pillars: condition, motivation, timeline, and price. So all this needs to be gathered in the initial call with the seller, and that's what's known as the discovery phase. So we did the discovery phase, we figured out the situation, the beds and baths, what we're working with, and now the next thing we did is we sent out someone from our team. You can send your boots on the ground, or you can send a local realtor that you're working with. They got pictures. As you can see, our photographer got some pictures, and these are the pictures of the property. And if I just zoom in here, you can see the type of condition that we're working with on these novation deals. Livable. So look at the property. This is livable condition. It's not fully renovated, but it is definitely in great shape. So after the pictures, we were able to take those pictures back to our team so we can do the underwriting and we can really determine what we can pay for the property, just based on as is value times 90% for commissions minus 30K profit. That gave us our novation max allowable offer. Now, once we have that number, we went ahead and we sent it to the seller. So this is the wholesaler here, and this is the seller. We went ahead and sent them a purchase and sale contract at the price we know we need to get it at, to make a 30K spread, pay a realtor, and list it on the open market as is and sell it quickly within 60 days. So we had this all baked into this number. So this was the purchase price. We got novation documents signed, and we got a limited power of attorney. This limited power of attorney is for us to hire our realtor, because only the property owner is able to hire the realtor. So we do need to have some sort of blessing or some documentation that allows us to hire the realtor on the seller's behalf. So once we got all the proper documentation done, the next step was interviewing agents. Okay, so the next step is interviewing agents. Now, if you send your deal to www.jb4real.com, we are going to be interviewing and finding the top realtors. You do not have to worry about that. So if you are looking to do a novation, send it over. I can pitch it, get it under contract, and find the top performing agents. Now, this is a little bit of our process when it comes to finding a good, solid agent. So the first thing is we interview a bunch of agents. So if it's in a market that we don't have an agent in, we're going to be interviewing. So we're going to get on the phone, find an agent nearby, or find an agent that has a lot of good reviews on Google, and we're going to give them a call and tell them, hey, we have this situation, we have a seller that we're working with, we already have our profits baked in, just want to know what we can list it for under 60 days. So we can have it all sold right under 60 days. What do you think is the list price? We'll send the realtor some pictures, or we'll have the realtor go out and get some pictures. So this is pretty much what it goes about. You want to remember that you're the prize. You're bringing them a property for them to make a commission on. You're bringing them money. That's as simple as I can explain it. You're bringing them money. So you are the prize. Interview them and ask them, hey, we have this property. What do we need to list it at to get it under contract in 30 days so we can sell it under 60 days? They are a realtor. If they're a top realtor, they should know their stuff, and we're going to be utilizing and we're going to be asking them questions because they should have the right answers to them. They should have answers. They should know the area. They should know what sales look like, and they should be able to provide you a CMA. You're going to interview anywhere from 35 realtors, and once you've kind of gathered all the information you need, you got a couple CMAs, list price, you're going to go ahead and pick the best realtor, which is always going to be someone that understands what you're trying to do. They understand the market, and a responsive agent, someone that can communicate quickly. Okay, that is going to be key to getting these novation deals. So make sure you're finding a realtor that is sharp and so far has communicated with you and is on their toes, knows what they're doing. So after this, after the interview process, the next step is to hire the agent and sign the listing docs. So we're going to be signing the listing docs with the agent, and then we're going to be sending out the agent to sign any other disclosures that might be needed. Now, the next step after, all the documentation, paperwork, and everything's been done, we're going to start with the listing preparation process. We want to make sure that the seller knows that our photographer that the realtor is going to send is coming out there sometime this week, and we want to make sure that the seller has enough time to clean up the property. And so once the sellers, clean up the property, they're aware that someone's coming to take pictures, we'll schedule that. The photographer will go out there, we'll get great, beautiful pictures, and then it's going to go live on the MLS. Once it goes live on the MLS, it's going to look like this. It's going to be on Zillow. It's going to say active, and it's pretty much going to be live on the open market. So as you can see here, it went live. Okay, so the next step after that is we're going to be vetting buyers and scheduling walkthroughs. So we're going to make sure our buyers go in there, take a look, and we're going to be working directly with our realtor to see what the feedback is. And now on this particular deal, we went ahead and we accepted an offer. So we got it under contract at $116,000, and the buyer offer that came in was at $150,000. And as you can see here, that's exactly what we had listed this property for. And now that leaves us with a profit of $24,000. This would be our assignment fee, our novation fee, our profit for getting the property under contract, hiring the realtor, and bringing in that third party buyer. So for this deal, we made $24,000. Now, if you scroll over here, we're going to go to the next step. So once we accepted the offer, we had the seller sign. Then we're going to go ahead and open escrow. So at this point, we're going to go ahead and open escrow, and we're going to let the title company know exactly what's going on. And this is where we're going to be giving the title company our contracts. So they're going to be getting the original purchase and sale contract that we signed originally with the seller, and the title company is also going to be getting the contract that was signed with the buyer. So they're going to get both documents. They're going to get our novation document as well, and they're going to get an invoice for our profit. And you guys should be partnering up with someone that knows what they're doing. So please go to www.jv4real.com, because if the realtor doesn't understand what's going on, if the title company doesn't understand, it's going to throw your entire deal out the window. You have no idea how many times wholesalers come to me because the lender won't fund the deal. Sometimes you sign paperwork you shouldn't sign, or you don't instruct the agent correctly, or you don't really explain to the title company what's going on, and they put the fee on the wrong side. So many things can go wrong. And so partner with somebody that has experience doing these types of deals. That way you can maximize your assignment fee by selling those good condition, livable homes on the open market to a retail buyer. That's going to maximize your assignment fee, meaning you're going to make more profit, and you're going to be able to get more deals locked up because you're going to be able to offer a little more than your competitors, and you're going to get more properties under contract. And so overall, it's going to lower your cost per deal. You're going to maximize your profits, and you're going to close more deals. So if you have any novation deals that you want to send them over. We're going to be handling this entire process. So the next step is we put everybody in contact with title. We do the appraisal walkthrough. We do any loan appraisal repairs needed. This is, we're going to be taking care of that. Then handling repair and concessions for the home. At this point, we will negotiate, give a credit, do the repair, whatever the case is. We're going to be negotiating and getting this all the way to the finish line. Now wait for title company to schedule the closing. Then boom, at the closing date, this is where we fund. So at this point, here is what happens at the closing date. The seller is going to walk away with their $116,000, and you're going to be walking away with your profit. The title company is going to be calling the seller to schedule them to come in so they can sign off the closing docs, they can get their check, and that way you can then also pick up your check, and then the buyer can be the owner of the property. They're going to get the keys and the deed, and everybody's going to be paid. The deal's going to close. The deal's going to fund. So after everything was said and done, we made roughly a little over $24,000 on this property. This house would have never worked as a wholesale deal because the seller would have never taken an offer that low. So I'm glad that we're able to novate this deal, sell to a retail buyer, maximize our profit, bring our cost per deal down, close more deals, and at the end of the day, make more profit, guys. You need to be utilizing novations to turn more deals from dead to under contract and close and sold to a retail buyer. Okay, so if the property is in good condition and the seller may or may not have rejected your wholesale offer by 10, 20, 30K, no worries. Let me pitch novations and let me see what I can do.